Appreciate you speaking to the winner, Rhino Davis. Well, I'll tell you what, Cheeky Grant is in the middle of the ring. What do you make of that, Adam?
He's got Prince Nazim type shorts on with a scream mask. I have never ever seen anything like this in my life. But he looks like he's enjoying it. I can't even see underneath the mask, but he looks happy. He's shaking his head, and wow, what a costume this is.
What's his name had that last time? Smalling had it. He had the mask on, didn't he?
I've never seen anything like this, Martin. Honestly, this is a first for me. I've never seen this.
I'm sure if I'm right, it was Smalling who had it. He used to come in with a mask on, and then eventually when he started going on telly, I don't think he had it on then, but I'm sure I remember going to watch him. I can't remember where he was to watch him, and he come in the ring with the mask on. I'm sure he had the screen mask as well.
I mean, I tell you what, you can't say it's not been unique, that's for sure. But here we go, Dwayne Grant in the ring for 3-minute rounds in this super middleweight contest coming up. And an interesting one tonight. Here comes Emanuel Mossinga, as I just nearly break our table, apologies for that. Emanuel Mossinga coming into the ring, a 4-year absence from boxing, returns tonight. Well, that's the story of the fight, isn't it? How do you prepare for something like this when you've had a 4-year absence? There's not something you can say you've experienced, Adam, of course.
Yeah, it's not something I've experienced. I don't know if Martin can say he's had a break from the sport and come back. The longest break I've had is about 6 months, and that was just from being fat as an amateur and then coming back into it. So I've never had a 4-year break. I can only imagine it may make him hungrier, more motivated. I'm not sure what the break would have done, but we're going to see shortly what it has done. Will he be as motivated?
The longest I've had out, I've had 2 years out, and then the coming back. When I come back, I found it hard to get back into it. But eventually I got the swing of it, and I got back, and that's when I come back and won the English title.
Well, Mossinga's in, and you can hear the crowd, as I nearly break the table again, apologies. You can hear the crowd in for Mossinga tonight. It's got to be a big moment for him and his family, Adam.
Yeah, he looks very motivated, very excited, pumped up for it. After a 4-year break, he is going to be motivated and very excited by the prospect. But Dwayne Grant, I think, has only had one fight to Jack Cullen.
Jack Cullen at Guildhall, Preston, yeah.
Jack Cullen was a very, very good, strong amateur as well from Preston. He's actually from Bolton, I think. Shame in that loss as an away fighter. So this should be a good fight.
Absolutely. It's not just about the motivation as well, is it, though? It's about getting that rhythm back, because you can train on the pads all you want, Martin, but until you get in that ring for the first time in 4 years, you might not know how you're going to react.
I don't know. It's totally different from even from sparring in the gym. It's totally different to getting in the fight. But when you got the nerves and everything, all your fans and all that sort of stuff in front of you, and then it's just totally different compared to in sparring and being stood on the pads.
He's being introduced now, Mossinga. His last fight was against Manuel Grimieri Dioani in Switzerland. Lost that by a split decision, 39-38 in his favour, 39-37 twice to Ioani, and that was 4 years ago.
He's a character as well, Dwayne Grant is. I was seeing him in sparring in Errol's gym.
He is a character.
Just looking at...
make some funny noises as well when he's sparring. It sounds like Bruce Lee.
We'd like to thank our sponsors for this evening. Grosvenor Casino Walsall, of course. Bailey and Mackie, thank you to all of our sponsors this evening for putting on tonight's show. BCB Promotions presenting The World Awaits. And the world awaits the return then of Emanuel Mossinga. Straight back into things. Oh, straight away, Cheeky Grant finding the way through there. This is immediately looking like a very fast-paced fight.
Yeah, I think it will be. I think it will also be cagey. I think they're both going to be quite slippery customers. Oh, great right, short right, and he's hurt him. I think Grant has hurt Mossinga.
Step back very quickly there, didn't he, Mossinga? It's one of these fights tonight where you don't really know what to expect, perhaps from either man. One man's had one fight that ended in defeat. The other man hasn't fought in 4 years. It really is an unknown quantity on both parts.
Yeah, Grant caught Mossinga with a great right hand there. Just a short right hand, appeared to stiffen up his legs. And Mossinga's using a lot of energy, moving his hands around, moving his feet. Grant's just taking his time, not using a lot of energy, not wasting any energy.
Looking at now again, Mossinga trying to get back on the front foot here. Said in the pre-match notes he felt his record doesn't show his true talents. His record 1-7-0. At the moment, his last defeat was very narrow. I mean, can it be easy to fall out of love, I guess, with boxing when you don't feel the breaks are going your way? He felt his last fight 4 years ago should have gone his way. Can it be easy to fall out when you don't feel you're getting those breaks?
Again, sad. Well, thankfully at the minute I can't say I'm in that position. I'm not been the away fighter. I can only imagine there's times for me when I fall out of love with the game, the politics. So as an away fighter, I can only imagine it being tough, especially if you're a man with ambition. So yeah, I can only imagine it being a tough desire to be like that.
Well, a chance to put that right for Mossinga tonight. Chasing down Grant here. Again, can't quite make it stick. Cheeky Grant pushes his opponent off. Mossinga comes back forward again.
Now Grant is quite elusive with that Mayweather kind of shoulder roll defence. Using it quite well tonight. Very elusive at the minute. Not taking any shots. And he is making Mossinga miss quite a lot, I think.
Two local lads, relatively local at least. Mossinga, Stourbridge, Dwayne Grant from Albury.
Now Mossinga for me has thrown a lot more shots, but he's missing with the majority. Dwayne Grant has caught him with the better shots in round one.
Again, they're both trading quick flurries, but hard to really get a read on too many of them. Again, Grant just forcing backwards with the uppercut. Yeah. Dropping his guard here. He looks confident, doesn't he, Cheeky Grant, at the moment?
Yeah, he's nice and relaxed. No, nothing really coming back to bother him. He's avoiding every shot that Mossinga's throwing. So for me, this is a Dwayne Grant round, basically just based on the clean work that he's done and the cleaner shots he's put together.
There's the end of the first round. 4 rounds in this super middleweight contest this evening, and fairly convincing one there for Dwayne Grant.
I also wanted to give a shout out to Graham Everett, who joined us, the owner of the Kickstop Gym in Norwich. Fighters, most noticed Liam Walsh, who boxed Javonta Davis for an IBF world title, British and Commonwealth champion, and his twin brother Ryan Walsh, great lads. Graham Everett's also got Craig Poxton, Michael Walsh, some other great lads down there. So it's great that these trainers are joining us here on BCB Boxing for this fantastic show. The world awaits tonight.
I think you might just know everyone who's watching the stream tonight, Adam.
Yeah, I've got a few boxing friends tuning in, so it's good to see.
It is brilliant to see. Thank you very much for joining us this evening, as Adam says there, on The World Awaits. Don't forget to share this video to your walls, share it to other people's walls. The more viewers we get tonight, and the more viewers we get of this, the more we can put on shows like this for you this evening, live streaming on Facebook Live. Errol Johnson, I can just see in front of us, watching on as Emanuel Mossinga and Dwayne Grant go for another round here.
Another lively start from Mossinga. He's coming out firing, but nothing's really caught Dwayne Grant to even put him off. Everything he throws, he's missing with.
In the moment, the ref breaks it up. Plenty of pace, good counter there from Dwayne Grant, but again, plenty of wild flurries, plenty of quick punching, but nothing too concrete landing at the moment, Adam.
No, nothing significant, but I have got Dwayne Grant winning this. He's just doing enough, and he is landing with the more effective shots, more noticeable shots, and he's not getting caught with anything really. I say that, he caught a jab, but any big shot Mossinga's throwing, Dwayne Grant is avoiding, slipping and sliding. And the Luke Paddock army are out in force.
Someone spotted Luke standing somewhere, haven't they? They love making a bit of noise, seen them plenty of times, Stadium Suite, and all around Walsall. Love making some noise. Oh, this is better from Mossinga, much better there from Mossinga.
Yeah, Mossinga was letting his hands go and catching on, but I'm not going to lie, I'm a bit distracted by there's only one Luke Paddock chance. I think it's a great atmosphere. Imagine when he comes out, it's going to be even better.
This is what Marlon Mills has got to walk into later on in our main event tonight. 10 3-minute rounds for the IBF Youth Lightweight title. That's coming up at the top of the bill this evening in the 2 men in the middle of the ring, Emanuel Mossinga and Dwayne Grant, coming together again. This is the type of atmosphere they want to be boxing in, even if they're not chanting for either of the boxers in the ring. You can still relish this type of atmosphere, can't you?
You want to be hearing a lot of noise, whether it's any kind of noise is better than no noise. You don't want to be hearing a pin drop.
Oh, God, mate, I've lost that chant totally, but there we go.
I've got this a better round from Mossinga, but again, Dwayne Grant for me, I don't know how Martin's got it, but I've got Dwayne Grant doing the more effective work. Just catching him with cleaner shots.
Yeah, he's a lot cleaner shots. You got Emanuel, he's trying to throw, but he's just too slipping. He's slipping the shots nice, and as he just caught him with the right hand, then not quite a good connection, but.
Ref steps in, then brings them back together. You had this round for Grant early on, Adam. Still going that way for you?
Yeah, I think he's just doing enough to edge this round. You could give it a 10-10, but I'm going to go Grant. I think Mossinga's used too much energy. He hasn't really done any effective work. And there you go again. Grant ends that round on the right hand.
Well, Mossinga thinks he's got it.
Not for me. If I was scoring this, I'd be 2 rounds up to Dwayne Grant at the minute. But Mossinga is in good hands. He's got Sean Cooper and Lyndon, I think, in his corner. So a more than capable training camp there. They won this one here 2 weeks ago at Tyler Denny, so he's in good hands. But for me, he's losing this fight. His corner needs to tell him. Well, I don't know what they can tell him to do, because he's thrown a lot of punches, but he's missing with everything.
Is that an inexperienced thing, or is it ring rust, for lack of a better phrase?
I'm not sure. I think Martin may be the man to ask if it's ring rust, but yeah, I don't know what it is. I think maybe too excited. He's come out maybe thinking this is. I'm not too sure what it could be down to.
I think for me, Emanuel just needs to. I just think he needs to move a little bit more. That's all. Just move, pop his jab in, do a couple of do your combination, get out of the way, because Dwayne Grant is just doing his slips there, and he's just doing his sort of that little lazy jab there. He slips on the outside, comes chops with the right hand.
And it's so scoring shots. I was going to say, Martin, it's so scoring shots that are going to pay notice, aren't they? He's slipping them, like you're saying, coming back with a single shot, but it's a clean work.
That's it, yeah.
Again, Mossinga trying to come forward here, trying to be the aggressor in this round, but Dwayne Grant equal to everything so far. 2 tie up. Again, more punches from Mossinga, just not hitting the target at all. The head movement of Grant at the moment just too much for him.
It's not just head, it's his lateral movement as well. Yeah, his lateral, his head movement. Everything Dwayne Grant is doing is the perfect way to beat this man, to beat Mossinga, I think. Without a doubt, Mossinga the busier man, but Grant for me just landing those cleaner shots, which are going to pay dividends.
He's got the chance to put he says at least, the chance to put his record right tonight, Emanuel Mossinga. At the moment, Dwayne Grant not allowing him that opportunity. Gum shield is out. Chance to catch his breath, perhaps.
He's just finding it so difficult to catch Dwayne. Like I say, I think he just needs to either use a bit of feint, make him move, and then catch him. I just think he's just that slick and that move. He goes down low as well, so it's not even harder to hit him.
The voice of Martin Gethin on BCB Promotions tonight. Thank you for joining us. The world awaits the show.
Dwayne Grant has just caught him there, Ashley, with a right hand,
really
left hook
shot.
and a right hand. And again, it looked like Mossinga's legs were stiffening up.
I mean, what can his corner say to him at the end of this 3rd round? He's got to go for the knockout. We're going into the 4th round.
But that may play into cheeky Grant's hands, I think.
Exactly.
I think he would. I think if he starts going in trying to get for the knockout, he'll walk onto one himself, I think. Because by the look of it, that little slip to the side and that banging right hand that sort of stood him up in the 1st round, I think he'll get caught with that. He's still quite sharp, isn't he? I think I wouldn't be too risky trying to jump in and catch him with any big wild shots, because he just does that little slip bang and catch him most time with that right hand.
As he just did then, Martin. Yeah. But I do think it's too little too late for me. This is 3 rounds to Grant. You could give him a share of the second, but Grant's definitely won 1 and 3, and you could say share the second. It's too little too late in my opinion. He needs a knockout, but like Martin said, I think he's going to, if he goes gung-ho, he's going to walk onto one of those slip and those shots.
Bit of a better shot there again. Grant just comes back, steps forward, taking it straight to Emanuel Mossinga, making his return tonight to professional boxing after a 4-year absence. And that's the end of that third round there, and yeah, Mossinga returns to his corner, looks a bit less confident than he did at the end of that second.
I've got that 3 rounds to 0, Dwayne Grant. But let's remember, he is the away fighter, so let's see how the referee scores this. But definitely, maybe you could, in my opinion, the second could have been a 10-10 round, but 1 and 3 were definitely Dwayne Grant's. I can't see him losing this fight.
Are you the same, Martin? You feel the same way?
Yeah, that's right. I've got it as well, yeah. I think, like I say, whichever way the ref looks at it, I think he's got the cleaner shots. He hasn't worked as hard as what has, but you know, I just think he ain't really caught him in nothing. He's too slick. He's moved his head a lot and come back and caught him with the cleaner shots.
So we go for the 4th and final round of this contest. Just looking at a few of my notes on Dwayne Cheeky Grant, and obviously lost on his debut in March to Jack Cullen, currently undefeated at Guildhall in Preston. He described himself as a late bloomer.
As you were saying, Ashley, Dwayne Grant has just caught him with another a big right hand, and everything he throws, Emanuel's walking onto, and for me, Dwayne Grant is winning this fight very, very comfortably.
Emanuel trying to fight back, and probably knows he needs a knockout at this stage to win this fight.
As you can see in the urgency in Emanuel now, he's going for it. He is trying to catch him a couple, but he's also getting called back as well by Grant. So
you said, Adam, that could play into Grant's hands here in this 4th and final round.
I think it is, because he's not even really...
No, he's not even guarding particularly.
I don't even know if Martin would agree with me. He's not even really jabbing his way or punching in. He's almost walking in and walking onto Grant's shots. And when he does throw, they're almost lazy shots and wild shots now. And everything he throws, Grant's got an answer for it. Counter it, slip, slide, bang. Like Martin was saying, slipping it and then popping it with 1 shot. And that's just going to be the, really, the tale of this story, I think.
Indeed, heading towards the final minute or so of this 4th and final round. BCB Promotions presenting the World Awaits here at Walsall Town Hall. Got the main event coming up. Luke Paddock taking on Marlon Mills for the IBF Lightweight Youth title. IBF Youth Lightweight title, got it the wrong way around. Right now, and another shot there from Grant finding this mark.
It's that big overhand right, Ashley. It's not always a big one, but that overhand right followed by a left hook. Emanuel's just walking onto it and chewing it up all night.
Absolutely, Emanuel just waiting to pick his moments, tries and gets through there, but again, Grant able to move himself away, able to, Martin, just position his body perfectly at the moment.
That's what I mean, when he does that little slip, he's loading up that back foot to chop that ball over the top of his jaw. And that's every time he does it, he's catching him with you. And if he ain't careful, then he's catching him more in this round. This is probably the closest round, to be honest, but
I think I've just seen Emanuel throw about 6 shots and miss every one. And that's no disrespect to him. Credit to Cheeky Grant for his defensive and his elusiveness.
He's still going forward as well, isn't he, Grant? He's not content to just kind of take those wild swings. He's still trying to get those hits in, trying to get on the front foot where he can.
Yeah, he's really stamping his authority. He's letting Emanuel know that he is the boss. And I was actually going to say this fight would suit Emanuel over longer rounds, but now looking at it, I don't think it would. I think he'd be eating up punishment, and the further it go on, that's a Dwayne Grant round. 40-36, 40-37 for me. Dwayne Grant is the winner. If he isn't, there's something wrong.
Yeah, I agree the same. Like I say, that's probably the closest round the last round was. Like I say, I think he just left it that bit too late. He could have worked maybe a bit more, and not sort of get involved too much, because that was where he wanted him. That's where Dwayne wanted him. So and he was there, just slipping and coming back with the right hand, and the punches he was throwing, he wasn't really catching him, if anything. He was too slick, moving too good. So I think that's got to be grand.
Sorry to interrupt, guys. I just want to let you know I've just been informed by a friend of mine who's keeping up to date with the London show, the George Grove, Jamie Cox. Our very own Kev McCauley has caused an upset down in London, and he's got a good win away from home. So props to Kev McCauley.
Brilliant.
Like I said earlier,
Brilliant.
He is a dangerous, dangerous man. Do not take these people lightly. They come to upset the apple cart. As Martin will know, Kev McCauley very well.
Yeah. I've been in with Kev McCauley as well, and he has to be called off towards the 5th round. Clash of heads, split me open, and up with something like 8-6, I think it was. And he comes for a fight, and as you can see, he's got a fight. He's got there, and if the other opponent ain't up for it, he'll take him out. He'll get that fight, he'll win the fight.
That was a win then for Dwayne Grant, 40-36.
As I stated, I thought it was a 40-36 Dwayne Grant. He won every round. Elusive, slick, clever, strong. Credit to him, the away man, he's won. Brilliant contest.
I'll tell you what, he doesn't lack charisma, does he?
He's coming to the ring with a scream mask on, and he's smiling now. He'll be happy with that one.
No horror show tonight. No horror show tonight for Cheeky Graham, wearing those, as you say, those Nazi Mamid shorts this evening. He's certainly theatrical. I'll tell you what, he'll sell a few tickets in the future as well.
You'd think so. He's definitely got some character and personality, and let's be honest, he can fight a bit. He had a very hard debut in Jack Cullen. Jack Cullen is a top amateur, so he's done well to get a good win here. And he showed it he is a skillful, powerful lad.
We'll just see Emanuel Mossinga walking past us. Doesn't look happy, perhaps not happy with his own performance, but 4 years out, you can't just put it all on one fight. He's going to have to get in the ring again and push on.
Yeah, I totally agree, Ashley, and I think that was a tough fight to come back to after 4 years. They may have looked at him as had one fight and lost it, but he's better than his record. And Dwayne Cheeky Grant, he's in great physical condition. I'm friends with him on Facebook. He's always in the gym. I don't know if Martin notices, but he's always in the gym posting selfies and videos of him training. He's a fit guy, and he wasn't coming to lie down tonight, and that's why he's won every round away from home.
Indeed, well, Dwayne Grant just coming over to the interview area. He'll be with Dan Mole in just a second or so. Making his way round to Dan just in front of us. Looks confident, looks good. Certainly look good in the ring tonight. Heads over to the camera area, and we'll now hand over. Sorry to interrupt you, Martin. Just hand over now to Daniel Mole, standing there with Dwayne Cheeky Grant, tonight's winner.
Dwayne, you've come into the Lions Den as the away fighter, and a superb performance, pleased.
Thanks a lot, man. I felt good in there. I've been training. I stay in the gym all the time to stay ready, so I don't have to get ready. Mark helps me in the corner. He lets me be myself. That's the main thing. He lets me do what I feel good and necessary in the ring, and out training and that.
As the away fighter to come here and get a shutout win, it's certainly cheeky.
It is cheeky. Well, that's my nickname, cheeky, because I have my hands down. I give you different looks. I smile. I just have fun in there. When I'm in there, I'm just creating.
Mackie, you're the man behind a lot of the fighters. Work really hard with them. How pleased have you been with Dwayne?
Yeah, I'm pleased with him. Could do better. Could throw more combinations.
Even
he knows that. He knows he didn't do the best, but good.
Well, it's my only second one, isn't it? Yeah. Like when I had my first one, I was a virgin, but now I'm not a virgin.
Well, you certainly popped your cherry this evening, Dwayne. Well done.
Yeah, thanks a lot, man.
Well done. Thanks. Over to you, Ash.
Thanks very much, Dan. Dwayne Grant, a confident man, putting in a very, very promising performance tonight. We now move on then, Martin. 5-5 tonight. Ijaz Ahmed taking on Gary Reeve. Ijaz making his entrance into the ring now. 4 3-minute rounds of bantamweight. And Birmingham's Jazzy Ahmed, popular man in in Walsall Town Hall tonight. What do you know of Jazzy?
To be honest, I haven't seen much of him at all, really. So yeah, I can just literally see what he does here. Really, I can't.
Taking on Gary Reeve this evening.
One's in the Errol stable.
You can hear the reaction for Gary Reid. There's quite a few Ijaz Ahmed fans in this evening. The 24-year-old from Birmingham. 2 professional fights, 2 victories. The last one coming against Sergey Tazimov. Making 4 rounds right here, in fact, at Walsall Town Hall, 40-36. Let's listen to this reaction now for Ijaz Ahmed. Popular man tonight, Adam.
He's done some tickets tonight, and he looks up for this. He looks fine. They both